You know what's actually great? I was just thinking is I said before I hit record, I can't, but I love Lamar. It is nice when I get to have these conversations about them, and it's not because we're playing. I just get to talk about them as football players, and so that makes me really happy. So
Oh, yes,
I'm excited. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm
I'm
excited
very
about that.
excited.
Well, welcome everybody back to my 32 fan series where I'm talking to one fan from all 32 NFL teams. I am so excited because I was trying to talk to you last year and I wasn't able to, but this year you are here, you're live in the flesh. I am excited. And I always tell people anytime I get to talk to women about football, sign me up for that. I'm a fan. So
Yes,
yes,
please.
please. Yeah. So if you just want to tell people who you are, all the different things you want to share before you start, I will put all of your information in the show notes so that people can find you also. So I'll make it easy for them. But if you want to just introduce yourself, let us know how long you've been a fan and anything you want to share with us.
Sure. First, let me say, really, Flawed, thank you very much for having me. This is
Of course.
such an honor to be here and to be a part of the community that you're building. And I'm grateful. So thank you for the invitation. I'm also excited to talk about my Baltimore Ravens. I think I am. I think we had a pretty good draft. We'll get into it. But a little bit about me. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time of the day that you are watching this. My name is Yolanda, and you can find me here on YouTube at Ravens Talk with Yolanda. I create content about my Baltimore Ravens because I absolutely love them. Backstory is, fun fact, I'm not from Baltimore. I'm not from DC, but I'm from Orlando. And
Okay.
I moved, I moved to DC and I moved to the Baltimore area first and then I moved to DC. But when I was in Baltimore, I said, oh my gosh, I love this, how the culture embraced. I mean, it's like a big thing when you are talking Baltimore Ravens and Orioles. The entire city buys into it.
Okay.
And I said, well, Orlando never had a football team. And yeah, I mean, of course, I could cheer for Jacksonville. That's about 2.5 hours north. Or I could cheer for the Tampa Bay Bucks, an hour south. Okay, whatever. I'm not really a Miami fan. So when I got to DC, Maryland, and Baltimore area, I started falling in love with Baltimore Ravens. And then we decided to bring in one Lamar Jackson.
That's so
Sign me up.
awesome. I love that. I didn't know that you didn't live there or that wasn't like your permanent resident. That's awesome. I'm obviously I'm a Steelers fan. I live in Texas. Like that's not the same. Like
Yeah.
yeah, there's no correlation at all.
None.
So I love that. Okay, well, cool. And yeah, the other thing is too, I love about this is we were able to collaborate during the season. The first time our teams played, when we both were awful, and some would say we just continue to be awful. And so yeah, we got to have that moment during the season, and so that's always fun. I love it when that happens.
Isn't
Um,
it? Ah.
yeah, it's so great. I love it. Especially us, like out of everybody in the division, I'm like, why are we the two teams that are like, one of us got to make it? So, okay. One word. Okay. So let's talk about this draft. One word that you would use to describe the draft class whenever you just like think about it, think about this group of players as a whole.
I am going to go with the word surprising. Not necessarily because of the draft players, but because of the direction that our new leadership took in this draft.
Okay.
Going into the draft, historically, the Baltimore Ravens have taken a large amount of our draft capital and applied it to the defense. That's just what
Mm-hmm.
we do.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward, we say goodbye to John Harbaugh, which I mean, that's like the gift that keeps on giving. I mean, thank you, John Harbaugh, for sending, you're one of the best interior D linemen to our division rival. Now we and you have to play him
Yep.
twice a year. Thanks,
Mm-hmm.
John. But moving on to our new head coach, our new leadership for this team, I didn't know really what to expect. I wanted to buy in and believe that we were moving in a direction that says, we support you, Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Heretofore, we really haven't, but we're going to demonstrate it. We're not just going to talk, we're going to actually demonstrate it. So I would go with the word surprising because I
Yeah.
was surprised on draft night, especially the first round.
If
Yeah.
you like this video, now is a perfect time to take a second and hit that like button and leave us a comment in the comment section below.
Yeah. Getting an offensive lineman.
Not just
You're,
an offensive line. He's the one that I wanted.
yeah. You were like,
He,
oh, who is this team?
wait, now I was shocked. Because in the back of my mind, I've said, you know what? don't get your hopes up. We have a lot of holes to fill on this roster. We had so many free agents leave, and we looked like we were just crawling, limping, to this draft. Like we were just on a wing and a prayer trying to get ourselves there. And said, well, what are we going to do? You know what we're going to do? We're going to go first round DB.
It would be the best safety in the draft, though. But it's like
steal of the draft. And I even said, maybe they won't go safety this first round, but I thought they're going to go interior D-line, which I mean, we need.
Yeah,
we do. But I said I could sort of kind of in an unconventional sort of kind of way tolerate that a little bit more than I could going secondary. But when we took Vega, I said, oh, wait a minute. The Baltimore Ravens are in this.
I love that. Okay. I appreciate that. And obviously I know you guys just like us. Like, so for me, I agree. I jokingly, because Sonny Styles was like the guy that I just like really liked, but I knew we probably couldn't get him. And I was like, as long as he doesn't go to the Ravens, because the Ravens will take best available. Like if he falls, they will get him. So I was just thinking the whole time, I was like, I hope he doesn't fall. I hope he doesn't fall. So because I already knew with pick 14, the Baltimore Ravens, like I already knew what that was going to be. So, but you know what? They didn't go that way. So kudos to them. So, okay. So you were surprised. That's a good surprise. And what would you say your favorite pick, or what would you say your pick you think is going to be a steal that happened day 2, day 3, or maybe a pick day 2, day 3? We were like, all right, sure, bring them.
I think we have so many positions of need that any of the skills groups could really come out and wow me, whether it's a wide receiver, whether it's, I don't have all their names memorized, but whether it's Surratt, whether it's Hibner, any of because I was really devastated when we lost like all of our tight ends. Like you letting all of them go except Mark Andrews. Like, wait, we're going in the wrong direction. Like we're not doing this right. We're not approaching this thing methodically. And I said, okay, they're going to probably let Isaiah likely walk. Okay, fine. I prepared myself for that, but I wanted Charlie Kolar, and when we didn't keep him, I said, okay, well, what is our plan now? Who are our tight ends?
Yeah,
who are our running backs? What are we doing there? Who is Lamar Jackson throwing the ball to?
Yeah,
like, these were
and
questions.
Who's his center?
See why? You
okay, sorry.
Okay, so that. I'm still real tender. You have to, ease that, kind of ease that question in there, but slowly. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where do we stand as of today with a center? Do y'all have a center over there in the Steelers that we can borrow?
No, we do, but we all know we don't trade with each other. What were the Cowboys and Eagles doing? I'm like, you are not supposed to trade with your division rivals. It is a man law. It needs to be a man law. Like, what the F? Like, I honestly was like, oh, y'all are soft. Like, y'all are soft. Like, stop.
Yes. Yes.
Can you imagine the Steelers calling the Ravens
and saying,
can you give us pick 14? We'll give you. No.
Interestingly enough, after the whole snafu with Max Crosby, there was serious talks about the Steelers really considering going after Max Crosby.
That was a lie.
I figured it. Yeah.
Our deepest position is edge. Like our deepest position is edge pass rush. They're trying to ship out our guys because we have so many of them, and one of them is entering in his final year of his contract. And they're like trying to ship. I'm like, if you guys don't hoard this talent and stop trying to ship out people, like, why do we do that?
I don't know.
Hold on. I want all the talent. I don't have to get rid of it ever.
Right. Well, I mean, I'll have to get rid of it eventually when it's no longer producing.
Yeah.
But right now, while there is still, some juice in the tank, while there's still something there, let's hold on to the talent.
Yeah. I want them. Please and thank you. Who's one player from the draft you think will make the biggest immediate impact?
It has to be Vega. It has to be. I would be shocked if Vega came out day 1, week 1, week 2, week 3, and his learning curve was just super steep. I would be very surprised. I have high hopes for him, not just because he is a first round draft pick. Obviously, you know, I think I saw someone say, if you are beyond a first day draft pick, you are a project. And I was like, I don't know that I agree with that, because I think there's still some really good players that go in the second and possibly even the third round. But for us, it must and it has to be Vega, because we don't have any other option to protect Lamar Jackson. And the other options that we do have, you know, like, I'll leave bygones where they are for the offensive line.
Yeah, that's fair. Is there a player that your team passed on multiple times that you were thinking, why are we not getting him? Or was there a player that you went into the draft that you were thinking, ooh, if we could get so-and-so, that would be great?
Not necessarily a player. It was more of a position. Like I said, all right, we need to address interior O-line first, foremost. When we did that, I said, check. I thought we would go second round because we only had one pick in the first. So I said, second round, we're definitely taking interior D-line.
Okay.
And second round, we took an outside linebacker, Zion Young, who is what I understand supposed to be the steal. He's supposed to be the guy. He's got that energy. He's got that edge to him. He's supposed to bring that fire that this defense really hasn't had since we had a Marcus Peters in our secondary. So he's that dog that I'm hearing he is. And I said, okay, I can stand behind it, but we're definitely going to address center in the third round. Absolutely we are. And we didn't. So for me, it really wasn't a particular player. It was, who are we bringing in at center, either the first, second, or third round? And then when we didn't, I said,
this is interesting.
Okay. You know, there can be some good players that come out in the fourth round or fifth or, you know, late day picks, right? Yeah. And then we just continued not bringing in drafting a center. So.
Okay. Well, and I say things sometimes about the Ravens sometimes, and I feel like people are like, well, yeah, of course you're going to say that because you're a Steelers fan. And I'm like, no, I'm actually really fair. And I know what my eyes are telling me. Okay. Well, it is what it is. So let's talk about the team a little bit. So new coach, all of us have a new coach except for the Bengals. So what is success going to look like for you? Like at the end of the season, what would you look back and say, okay, you know what? That wasn't terrible. Like, okay, we're moving in the right direction. I see what we're trying to do. What is successful going to be like for you all this year?
I'm on the fence with that one because for me, I want to believe that we're Super Bowl bound. But then I look at the roster and I have to be realistic. How are we getting anywhere? How are we getting past week 1 when you don't have a center? Answer that. Riddle me this. Yeah. So I'm like, but you know, what I'm hearing is don't worry. EDC has a plan. He realizes that we did not address the center in the draft. We did not address center in the offseason and free agency, but he's going to possibly consider a trade with another team to bring in a center. Okay, yeah, you can bring in a center, but is he going to be anything like our previous center or is he going to be a downgrade? So I think the ultimate goal for me would be obviously a Super Bowl because we have Lamar Jackson. We've had him for so many years now. And, you know, Father Time, it's not friendly. It will catch up to you at some point. But that's on the one hand. On the other hand, on the opposite end of the pendulum, I realize you have to give time for a like 50, 60% new roster to gel. You can't expect. We had, like I said earlier, we had so many players leave us in free agency, and that does break continuity. It does. You can say what you will, and you can do what you may about, you know, well, if they weren't playing, they weren't good, let them go anyway. We had a lot of really good, talented players who left, and to replace them, to develop continuity, to develop rapport and relationship and trust, it takes time. And the problem is, if you start out the season a little rocky, a little bumpy, because, you know, your players are still learning each other. Timing might not be pitch perfect like it would have been with a player who's been with you. Now you're looking at the end of the season and you're saying, man, I wish I could take that win back. I mean, that loss back in week 2. That could have made the difference. And I mean, I'm speaking from last season. That could have made one game could have made the difference for us or you going into the final week of the season.
For sure. 100%. I love that. That's so true. Which position group worries you the most?
Center right now, because we don't have one.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say center, even though I think, well, we have to. There's no, I mean, what
somebody will be there.
Somebody will be there. But what concerns me is, who is that somebody? Is he going to be is he going to be good? Or is he just going to be mediocre? Hey, we got so-and-so. He's our center. Come on, let's go. Well, okay. Well, how good is he? How many penalties did he have last year? How many?
Is he going to step on Lamar's feet?
How many times did he have errant snaps? And whoever how many snaps did he play? He might have been somebody's bench warmer last year, but hey, he's going to be our starter.
Yeah.
So that worries me.
Okay, fair. Which position group do you think, or who do you think, where do you think the biggest improvement is going to be for this team?
Biggest improvement has to be on the defensive side of the ball, and not necessarily because of the players. A lot of times in football, and this is my opinion, don't come for me, but this is, don't come for me in the comments, but this is my opinion. A lot of times players can be successful if they are in the right coaching environment. Yes, you have to have talent. Absolutely. I'm not going to take that away. You can't get out there and you don't know how to catch a ball if you're a wide receiver. You don't know how to block if you are an offensive lineman. Like, okay, you have to have the fundamentals. But beyond that, sometimes it's all about who you're bringing in to coach you. Are those coaches understanding their position well enough to put the players in the positions to succeed? And if you do that, I think you have a winning formula. And I'll give it a quick example. Last year, my favorite player, Odafe Owe. Yes, I love me some Odafe Owe. When Odafe Owe left us at the trade deadline, he had 0 sacks. Here is an edge rusher we drafted in the first round, 0 sacks under, I can't even try and remember our former defensive coordinator's name because I don't want to remember. It's bad, memory for me. Yeah. Under him, Zach Orr. Under Zach Orr, 0 sacks. He immediately leaves, goes under who now is our head coach, double-digit sacks the remainder of the season. Half of a season. He's even into the playoffs, still getting sacks. So the talent is there. But do you, as a coaching staff, know how to maximize the talent? So I think for us, our defense was horrendous. I think it's going to, when you're so far down, you have nowhere else to go but up. And that's kind of what I'm expecting for our defense this upcoming season.
Yeah. Very, very fair. And another thing where people are like, but it's the Ravens. I'm like, you guys we have to stop this. Like, we have to stop. We have to look at teams for what they are now, not what we think of them because of their logo. Like, we really have to stop that. So I agree with you. That's a great take. I agree. Is there a player that your team, is there a player that your team passed on multiple times? For some reason, I started thinking about the draft because I was thinking you guys, one of your undrafted free agencies went to Texas, or he is undrafted, Ethan Burke. So he will be there, and I hope he finds his way on the team. I will, like I do Lamar, I'm never going to cheer against him, but I will be watching to see if he's able to make the team. Okay, so so what do you think your team does better than most teams?
Wow, now that one is a tough question. I would say what the Ravens are able to do is they are able to find ways to shoot themselves in the foot unnecessarily. Boom, I got an answer for you. We have so many instances that I can think of right now where I walked into the game and I would live stream the game with my co-host Hendo from the Road Pod, and I would say, before the show began or before the game, I'm like, oh, who are we playing today? Oh, yeah, this is a win. Let's go get this win. And I would start the live stream off just like that. What's up, everyone? Welcome back into another episode. We're about to get this win. And then fast forward 3.5 hours later, I'm sitting here like, I cannot believe this.
What was that?
What? Yeah. Fourth quarter leads blown the most by our former head coach. So things like that. But I'm hopeful that that will no longer be the narrative and no longer be the case with our new leadership. But
Okay.
yeah.
Way to bring it back. I love it. I love that. All right. So let's do some fun stuff because I think you'll have fun with this one. So, quarterback confidence from 1 to 5. 1 being, please get this quarterback out of here. 5 being, please stay forever.
My quarterback, Lamar Jackson, stay forever. Forever. Retire a Raven. Although I'm wondering if that's a reality. I don't know.
Oh,
He has 1 year left on his contract. We did not get an extension done. And the interesting thing is our, front office said, we plan and we intend to make Lamar Jackson the highest paid player in the NFL. Well, if you're hearing that, if you're Lamar Jackson, why didn't you sign the deal? So for
yeah.
some reason, there's trepidation, there's hesitation on his part. I don't know if it could be, well, let me see who you surround me with. You let all
Correct.
of my weapons and you let all of my players who I'm connected with and who I had a bond with and a relationship with, you let them go. So let me see first what you're going to do. Show me before I sign my name on the dotted line. It could be that, or it could be, I'll test the market in a year. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oof.
I know.
Yeah. The
Mm.
coaching staff trust level as of right now from 1 to 5.
I would say a 4. I'm going
Okay.
to say a 4.
I like
4.
it. That's
And
fair.
the reason I say a 4 is because I'm going in with an open mind and I'm going to say, prove me wrong, prove me
Yeah.
otherwise. Give me a reason to doubt you. If I see the same sloppiness, the same foolishness on defense, meaning our guys can't tackle, you forgot how to stop the run, you can't cover a wide receiver. Oh, you mean to tell me that you can't get after the quarterback? Like if those fundamentals don't improve, then we'll table that answer and maybe
Okay.
bring that needle back down the opposite direction. But right now, from the way that our coaching staff has been constructed, I think that we are going to, like I said earlier, see a significant improvement in our defense. Our offense, what I'm expecting there is, I don't know. And that's because we still have so many pieces that left us on offense and the
Yeah.
new pieces that are coming in. How is
We'll
it going to
see.
work out? We'll see.
Yeah.
But we'll see
Well,
how the coaching staff is able to kind of maximize that talent.
the great thing is that leads me to my next question. Who do you think is going to carry this team, offense or defense?
I think it's going to have to be offense. And I know people say defense wins championships, and to a certain degree, you're right. You look at the Seahawks, you look at Mike McDonald, our former defensive coordinator, genius mind, never played the game,
Yeah.
never a player of the sport, but just a mastermind in understanding the game. Defensive minded, goes out there to Seattle, and within 2 years, he's got a Super Bowl championship under his belt.
Do y'all have trepidations that he should have been the head coach of the
I
Ravens?
I do, and I can understand why some people say, no, he should not have been. He was too young. Well, look who our head coach is now.
That's true. Okay.
How much head coaching experience does our current head coach have prior to 2 or 3 months?
Yeah, that's true.
None.
Okay. Yeah. Good point. People, people, yeah. Okay. I'll just say okay and I'll just let it go because everyone like has their own, like, oh, yeah, people just get all of it. I'm like, it's not that serious. It was just a question. So, okay. If you could trade drafts with any other teams, who would you trade with? They get all of your draft picks and you get all of their draft picks.
Now, see, I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade all of my draft picks because I don't want to lose Vega. And if I
Okay.
trade all of my draft picks, that means
He's
he has
gotta
to
go.
go too. So I want to cherry pick. I want to say, I want the team who selected in the second round or late in the first round a center. Bring me that, and I'll give you one of my fourth rounders or third rounders. I want the team who selected an interior D lineman in the first round or early second round. That's what I want. So I don't know that I would trade the entire draft to another team, but I can say that there are a couple of teams that I thought did really well, and one of which, the Browns.
They're on my top. Yeah, they're on my top
The
3.
Browns.
Yeah. I liked everything. I always tell people I like people that have drafts that make sense, where you can watch the players and you're like, yep, okay. Oh, yeah, that one too. All right. Well, that one too.
Okay. Well,
And
yeah.
they did every single pick. I was like, we could have used that wide receiver. Yeah, we could have used that one too.
hmm hmm Yeah.
I
Division
know you know
rival
the
for us.
feeling.
Division rival for us. But Todd
Mhm.
Monken, here he is again. This is when I say it matters.
Yeah.
Coaching really does matter. He is an offensive guru. He looked at his offense and he said, okay, we got to make
This
some
ain't it.
changes. We got to make some changes. And he did.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
did.
I like it. I agree. And the $1 million question right now is, are they going to figure it out? Like, are they going to take it all in and figure it all out? So, okay. The Browns, oh gosh, if they ever do figure it out. Anyways, that's a different conversation for another day. So if your team had this always happens, like here we go again, Ravens being the Ravens, this always happens. What is that moment for you?
It is the moment of sheer hype and excitement and exuberance because you believe that the Ravens are going to do great things. Why? Excuse me, because we addressed this position, we addressed that position, we got the steal of the draft, or in free agency, we knocked it out of the ballpark, and we get to day one. And for us, day one, week one was against the Buffalo Bills, who by all accounts, the Ravens should have won the game. Talk about another fourth quarter blown lead where it's just, and don't even get me started with last year Thanksgiving. Everybody was watching, okay, because it's Thanksgiving night. And guess who's playing? Yes, it's the return of Joe Burrow. And we can't beat the Bengals with Joe Burrow just coming back from surgery. What in the world was that? So to me, it's the constant anticipation that the Ravens, they figured it out. They're making progress. We're going to see them trending in the right direction. We're going to right this ship. And then we get to game day and it looks like, what have you guys been doing for the last week? Did you not know that you were playing on Sunday night? Did you not know that you were playing on Thursday night? What have you been doing for the last 5-6 days? That would be it for me.
Yeah, that's the worst feeling when you're like, all right, we finally what in the hell? Like what was that?
Yep.
I had that moment against the Steelers. We had a little run there of like 3 or 4 games where I was like,
you did. Yeah.
What? Ew. What happened? So you just never know. You just never know. Okay, so final question is, if you could send a message to either the team owner or the GM, or however you want to play this, who would you send the message to, and what would you say?
I would say, come here, EDC. And bring Sashi Brown too. Go get Eric Bisciotti. I want all of the front office. I don't want to just talk to the president. I don't want to just talk to the owner, or I want to talk to everybody. Listen, year after year, we have been doing the same thing and we've expected different results. And so my question is, how do you plan to attack the definition of insanity? Because that's exactly what you have looked like for the last 5, 6, 7 years. You have a roster, and you've built several rosters going back. I'm talking 2024, when we should have we should have been in the Super Bowl. 2023, like we've had several opportunities, great rosters, and we can't make it beyond. When is that going to change? So my question to them and my conversation to them would be, what's going to be so drastically different this year than the previous ones? What do you plan to do differently to show us that the Ravens are really a team that other opponents should fear, not ones to say, oh, well, this is the Ravens. I mean, yeah, they have good rosters. Yeah, they have a great quarterback. Yeah, they might have Derrick Henry, but they still don't know what to do with them.
Right.
I don't want to be that team anymore. I want to be the team that says, oh, the light bulb must have come on. They have great players. They have some good talent, and they're actually utilizing it. Mm-hmm. This is a team to watch now.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. And as a Steelers fan, I hope they don't ever answer that question.
Can't you want us to win it just for Lamar once, and then after that, then you could say, forget it. I don't want that anymore.
I always say that. I'm like, if you were to say to me that I had to stomach, whatever it was, because Lamar was going to be successful and win a Super Bowl, I could stomach it. But if if you like, I always say I didn't want to be the team that like takes out Lamar's ability to get to the Super Bowl. But at the same time, like the team has to be good. And so far, the past, maybe year or two, I've kind of been like, what? Okay, that team ain't going to get it done. But yeah, I think you're right. 2 years ago, it was 2 years ago when I think y'all played us, and I was like, if we beat this team, we should not beat anybody. So like, I was like, just don't beat the Ravens. Just let Lamar go get his ring, and then,
I have a question for you though.
Go for it.
For you. What did you think night one, draft night, when you guys were set to take your pick?
Yeah.
And another team just comes in and says, nope.
I've never said this publicly, but he wouldn't have been my first pick anyway. So I was actually I didn't want him as our first pick. So it was like, part of me was like, okay, we're not going to get him. I was more annoyed that we didn't get him a receiver, and then we went to go get an offensive tackle, because I'm like, hey, why didn't we just go get another receiver? Like, how do you say, like, you're going to get a receiver, you're all in, you're calling him ahead of time, you're doing everything you're not supposed to do, and you're all in, and we need a receiver so bad. We need a receiver. And then it doesn't work. And so you back out of it to get an offensive tackle. And it's no offense to the offensive tackle. He could be great. He could be the best offensive tackle ever and stay with us for 15 seasons. But like, how did we go from that to that? That was what I was annoyed with, because I wanted a receiver. And the draft is in Pittsburgh. And the draft is in Pittsburgh, and nobody knew. Again, no disrespect to Max, but it's like, nobody, we're all thinking the same thing. Like, give us what we want. And no, it didn't happen. So
it didn't happen.
Yeah. And I didn't really care. That's why. So for me, I was like, we didn't get that guy. You should have never, whatever. Like, and then you double back and don't get a receiver.
Nope.
I was more annoyed with that than anything.
I think Aaron Rodgers, now that you've placed the very rarely used tender on Aaron, he's going to
that we place the you can't get out of here for free.
You can't
tender.
get out of here unless we let you out of here tender. We have the first right of refusal for you, and any team that comes on are knocking on our door, we have the right to match it.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, and by the way, here's your here's a little raise.
Here's a couple of extra $100. Here's your little raise.
Yeah, here's a little 10%. So
and by the way, you didn't get a wide receiver. Oh, wait. They're not bringing me another wide receiver. No.
We got one in the second round, and he'll be fine. And I will be honest though, too, without Coach Tomlin, it's weird, because I'm like, okay, maybe my plan was the Coach Tomlin plan for what I know would have made sense for what he needed. So maybe this Mike McCarthy plan is just a different plan. And I don't know him well enough to know, like, I don't know. Right. So that's the other part of me where I'm like, I will keep my mouth shut until I see that it ain't what I like. And then I'm not keeping my mouth shut, but I'll give you the grace. Like, you have until September, whatever, the first.
Yeah, you have until September. So figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, the offensive tackle first round might not have been too bad of an idea, especially if you are planning to have Aaron Rodgers back. This is a man who is in his mid to late 30s.
You need it. Mm-hmm.
You need protection. He can't stand to get hit like a 20-something-year-old.
Right. And I always say, in my mind, this is how this went, right? So they make the call. They think they're going to get the guy. They're like, we're going receiver. We're all in. We need a receiver. Oh my gosh. They call him. They think they're going to get him. They're getting excited for the receiver. Then it doesn't happen. My biggest thing is, I don't want to say I think they panicked. I don't want to say I think they messed up. I would love to know, though, what was that conversation? Because how did you go from receiver? Because hello, you've been thinking about this draft for how long? It's not going to work. Let's transition. Let's go get this offensive tackle. And no one will ever tell me. No one's ever going to be honest and be like, listen.
Yeah,
we were arguing. Yeah, we were arguing, and we just picked. And no one's ever going to say that, which is fine. But I just wonder what happened in there. So
yeah.
Anyways,
food for fodder.
Yeah, and you will never know. But awesome. Well, I appreciate you. I'm glad that we were able to do this. This is so fun. I
This
could
has
talk
been a
to you about
blast.
anything. Yeah, we could who knows? Whatever comes up, I'm sure we could talk about it some way, shape, or form. So I appreciate
Absolutely.
you. I also appreciate Hendo being like, because I reached out to him and I was like, I want Yolanda again this year. And he was like, reach out. I was like, okay. And so, anyway, so I'm glad that he was so gracious also just to be like, reach out to her. I think she'll reach back out. And I was like, all right, let me try.
Yeah,
So I'm excited that we were able to connect. We were able to do this. And we now have each other's phone numbers so we can connect
absolutely.
at any time. So
Anytime.
I will end with you. And then, like I said at the beginning of this, I'll put all your information in the description box. And then I've learned to do how to do the collaborator thing. So I'll make sure to do that when I release the videos. And then, yeah, anything you want to say.
Thank you again. This was fun. This was great. Just talking football, like you know, like two ladies who love their teams, and it's awesome that we were able to collab and get together. But let this not be the last time that we get together and we share our thoughts and our opinions about our team. So I hope that we'll be able to collab in the very near future. I'm not rooting for your team, obviously, but you know, I mean, you got Patrick Queen on your team. I'm just teasing because I know that that's a sore spot for some Steelers. They're like, he needs to go. He's terrible. He's horrible.
I don't know why they think that.
Some people I have heard
like 20,
that they just.
He's like 25 or 26 or something.
He's
like
very
a
young.
baby. Like,
He's
are
very
you
young.
guys like? Don't even get me started. I'm like, are y'all high? Like, why do we want to get rid of him? He's literally like 25. A linebacker that makes all those plays? No. Anyways, but you're right. They do. I'm like, leave him alone. Leave Patrick Queen alone right now.
Hey, I was on the train of like, do we need to bring Patrick Queen back? That was what I would say. Like, listen, I hear that the Steelers aren't too pleased with him. So, you know, maybe he don't like the Steelers back. I don't know. You know, can we think about this? Because we need some help. Our linebackers situation was kind of bad. It was kind of
a little
embarrassing.
Rough. Yeah. Well, listen, you know where to find me. And whenever you need me, I will show up. We'll get it figured out.
Excellent. Thank you. Sounds
awesome.
great.
Yeah, you're very welcome. I'll talk to you soon. Or you know what? We need to do something when like the schedule comes out or something that's like about our teams, but not really about our teams. That's more like dynamic because we're dynamic. So that's what we should do.
Absolutely. That's a great idea because you know what? The Ravens are playing overseas. So yeah,
I have thoughts about that. So yeah, let's have that conversation.
Let's have that conversation. Y'all stay tuned. Make sure you come back for more.
There you are. All right. Thanks.
All righty.